Hello, hello, hello. We are here with another episode of the Jane Warren podcast. And today I am going to be talking to you about how you can build your confidence, how you can work on your self-confidence. It's just like a muscle. You can build it. And I'm going to talk with you. We're going to unpack what confidence means. I'm going to give you a new perspective on it. And I hope by the end of this, you're going to see that if you're maybe not feeling so confident right now, that's okay. This is something that everyone feels. And we're going to start teaching you how you can start to build it. How's that sound? So this is pretty interesting because I actually polled my Instagram and I asked you, anyone, thank you for saying what you're interested in. I pulled a number of topics because I'm hearing various ideas on topics that you would like on this podcast. So I pulled which ones were most desired, and self-confidence ranked number one. And it's not very surprising to me that this is something that most of you are interested in, most of you might want to work on, build on, learn more about, because you might think that everyone around you, or maybe some people that you look up to or that you see on social media, you might think of them as very confident. You might think that they don't have the doubts that you have, that they don't feel the same fears that you might have, that they are confident. When in reality, all of us, every single one of us on this planet faces times where we don't feel confident. So throughout this podcast today, I'm going to be sharing with you how you can better understand what confidence is and how we can start working with it, how we can start building it. So let's get into this. There's a couple amazing quotes that I just love that really help drive home some of the messaging on confidence. So self-confidence is a superpower. Once you start to believe in yourself, magic starts happening. So let's reflect for a moment. I've got a couple questions for you, and think about this as I ask you. If you had all the confidence in the world, how would your life be different? If you had all the confidence in the world, how might your life be different? Do you really wish that you felt more confident? I mean, you're listening to this right now, so chances are you probably wish that you had a little more confidence, or you're curious about the idea of confidence. Do you wish that you felt more confident at work? Do you wish you felt more confident at work? Do you think that confidence is something that you can fully feel? Do you think that someone around you, someone that you see, maybe you look up to, do you think that they're fully like 100% confident? Do you think that's even possible? Maybe you do. Maybe you feel that way because your confidence is not so high right now, and that's okay. So I want you to know that confidence and self-confidence is something that you can learn. You can work towards it. You can master it. Truly, just like anything else, just like any other skill. And the beauty of it is really once you start to truly build this muscle, a lot of things in your life are going to change for the better. So let's unpack confidence, shall we? I love to look things up in the dictionary because I love to see, okay, what does the dictionary say is the definition of confidence? Because this is kind of what we end up using and going by. So the dictionary, one of them, says that confidence is really the feeling of self-assurance arising from one's appreciation of one's own abilities and qualities. How great does that sound? You are feeling self-assured, and you're feeling that way because of your own abilities and your own qualities. Well, let me tell you, I heard a new definition and it has really changed things for me. And I am often running workshops for organizations specifically on self-confidence and building confidence, because this is something that they want to educate employees on. This is something that they want to help employees learn more about so that they can start to feel more confident. So here's a new definition to this that I absolutely love, and it's by Mel Robbins. Confidence is the willingness to try. Confidence is the willingness to try. So here's how things work. When we think about building this muscle of confidence, how do we do that? How can you do that? Well, the only way you can truly start to build this muscle is through taking action. Just like in health and wellness. Think about this. If you wanted to build, stronger muscles in your body, I'm like flexing my arms right now. If you wanted to build stronger muscles in your body, well, you're not going to build more muscles by not taking any action. You're not going to build muscles by never lifting a weight, by never moving, by doing things that are going to increase the chances of you actually building muscle. So I love this. I love this about confidence, because if you think about it, so long as you're willing to try a 1% little tiny effort, so long as you're willing to try, you can start building your confidence. Now, I learned something else from Mel Robbins, and it's her confidence-competence loop. Say that 3 times fast. Confidence-competence loop. So you can start to build your confidence by building your competence. Here's how you do that. Let me give you an example. You try something new. There's something new that you want to try. Maybe this is going and trying a new class at the gym. Maybe this is joining a new club or community that you want to be a part of. Maybe this is volunteering. Maybe this is doing a new course. This could fall into anything, whatever something new is that you want to try. Maybe you want to try cooking. So enough examples here. I'll give you enough. So you try something new. Then as soon as you try this thing, as soon as you try it, you're able to identify internally, based on what happened, are you good at it, or are you maybe not so good? I hate to say bad at it, but you know what I mean. Are you good at it, or are you bad at it? So when you do this assessment, when you do this little analysis, you learn something new about yourself, right? So you're learning something new. You're learning whether you're good at this thing that you're trying or you're not so good at this thing. So then this starts to build your competence. So the next time you do this thing, whatever it is that you want to start trying, whatever you want to build your confidence in, the next time you do it, it feels a little bit easier. And then as it starts to feel easier, you start to feel more confident. So you can see here, by taking action, you can be starting to build your confidence because you're being willing to try. And there's another amazing thing about being open to trying, is also being open to being a beginner again. The simplest of examples. Remember when we were kids? Remember when you were a kid and you're riding your bike, or the first time you got on a bike? Oh my gosh, I can literally imagine it right now. On my street, I grew up in Ottawa, on my street, and getting on my bike, taking the training wheels were taken off, and my parents behind me, and pushing the bike as I'm pedaling, and I'm so afraid for them to let go, and I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if I'm going to be able to stop. I don't know what to do. And then just all of a sudden, it's like you just get it. It clicks and you're like flying and you're like, oh my gosh. And then what do? You try again. You do it again. And then you no longer have this fear of getting on the bike, because now you can not only get on it, you don't need your parents' help to get going. So you can see here with the simplest of examples, your self-confidence, if it is feeling low right now, then you know you can start to work on it. But if you're not willing to even try, then you're holding yourself back. And trying can be the tiniest little step, the tiniest thing. Maybe you struggle to feel like you can speak up in meetings. And so maybe, yeah, you feel like you struggle to speak up in meetings. It's not even that you struggle because you're afraid. I have heard this from so many of my clients that in the meeting at work, they have ideas. They have things that they would love to add to the conversation. But they're so caught up in the fact that those in the room have more experience than them. Maybe their opinion falls outside of their job description. I've been there in my project management job. I'm in meetings where we're discussing creative designs. I love creative aspects of things. I'm such a creative person. And I love that. I love to ideate with my teams. I love to share my ideas. That's not easy for everyone. So if you're someone that struggles to have this voice in the workplace, if you struggle to speak up in meetings, you just got to take it one little step at a time. Think going into a meeting, okay, today, you make a commitment to yourself, make a choice to yourself that you're going to try. So if a moment presents itself, you're going to share a thought that you have, or maybe you're going to pose a question. You can even so simply as decide that you're going to set the meeting up. So you're going to be the one at the beginning of the meeting that lets everyone know, okay, this is the purpose of the meeting today. And slowly yet surely, as you start to speak up, you're going to build that confidence. Oh my gosh. An example just came to my head. So I know this incredible woman who is putting on these new events. Okay. And she reached out to me and she shared with me this beautiful post about her event on Instagram. And I was like, this is great. And in my head, I was thinking, an event like this would greatly benefit from some type of video that, maybe a little clip, a little Instagram story of her explaining why she created this event. Because I know because she told me about wanting to do this months ago. Okay. So we were at an event with each other months ago, and she mentioned about wanting to throw this event for women, a belonging event. And I was like, do it, girl. And so when she messaged me on Instagram to tell me she had actually done it and set it up, I was thrilled. I was so excited for her. Then I said to her, okay, next step, get on your Insta stories and share what this is about. Because I know how passionately she feels about this. I know how powerful it would be for her to share with her audience what this means to her and why she created it. I was really trying to help her shine her light. I was helping her to find her voice. And I said to her, okay, step one, if you're nervous, she was scared shitless to go on camera. She was like, no way. Oh my God, it's so scary. Like, you're so good at it. Like, you're just such a natural. I said, girl, I've been doing this for years. Back in 2020, I did a course and it taught me to show up. And I started showing up on Instagram. So anyone that follows me on Instagram, you get it. I show up all the time. I said to her, I was not perfect. No one's perfect. I was not good at it in the beginning. I felt awkward. I've messed up so many times. I used to just re-record it. But I told her, step one, if you just even go on and say, I've got this really exciting event and it's happening on X day, then amazing, amazing. That's enough. Step one, being willing to try, being willing to be a beginner. And can I tell you, since that conversation, which was about 2 weeks ago, she's posted like 4 videos. She's created reels and posted multiple, at least 4 videos. The other day, I wrote her like yesterday, and I was like, this is incredible. So you can see here, I'm just sharing with you real life example of how you can hold yourself back because you don't want to be a beginner. You don't want to be judged. You don't want to be looked at like you don't know what's going on. I get that. We all have an image. We have an image that we want to portray, but sometimes we get so caught up in this image. So let's talk about that for a second, how your self-image can impact your confidence. So perfect example that comes to my head right now. If you say often that like you're a shy person, this is what you believe. You've always been shy. You've been shy your whole life. You've been shy in school. You're more of an introvert. You're a shy person. Okay. Maybe it's possible that you associate confidence with someone who's outgoing. Maybe you associate confidence with someone that's a little more outspoken. Now, that's not the case at all, because there are a lot of outspoken people that, their confidence might be arrogance. It actually may not be confidence at all. But you can see here, if you have a belief about yourself, that could greatly impact your confidence, because you could even have a belief, I've never been a confident person. I've never been the cool one in school. I've never had a lot of friends. If you're having thoughts like that, girl, that is going to impact your ability to actually believe and feel confident, because in your mind, you're constantly telling yourself that you're not. So what you need to do is be willing to try, be truly willing to try. That is going to help to make a lot of the difference for you. And be open to being a beginner. Be a beginner. We've been beginners hundreds of times, hundreds and hundreds of times. So don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. The tiniest, littlest step is a step. So I want you right now, I want you to think about an area in your life that you're not feeling confident. You know what I'm about? I'm all about taking action. So what is an area in your life that you're not feeling confident right now? Okay. So in that area of your life, maybe you're taking a little bit more of a back seat. Maybe you're sitting back, you're just like, okay, if you're not speaking up in meetings, you're just sitting back and you're like, everyone else can say their thing. I don't need to say anything. So where are you taking a back seat in your life? Now, here's what I want you to do. You can take out a pen and paper. You can open notes in your phone. You can pause this. You can listen to it back later and do this activity. I want you to write out in detail one area in your life that you're really taking the back seat. That's step one. Step two, I want you to write out what would happen if you took the driver's seat. What would happen if you grabbed a hold of that steering wheel, gripped it, and started driving, being the driver in your life? What would happen if you took the driver's seat? So this area of your life that you're not feeling so confident, where you've been sitting back, you're just like, okay, no more sitting back anymore. No more. I want you to think about getting in that driver's seat. And I want you to write out, what would it feel like? How would your life be different if you got into that driver's seat? That's step 2. Step 3. What is one thing, one tiny thing that you can do that's going to help you stay in that driver's seat? That's going to help you be willing to try. Take a little tiny step towards building your competence in whatever it is you're looking to improve on so you can build your confidence. That's what I want you to do, okay? 3 steps. Step 1, again, we're going to look at an area in your life that you're taking the back seat. This is an area in your life that you want to build your confidence. Step 2, how would your life be different if you took the driver's seat? What would be different? How would you be feeling? How would you be thinking? Step 3, take action. What is one thing you can do that aligns to step 2, to you being in the driver's seat, that is going to get you to try something, anything, a little tiny thing, 1% better, 1%. That's what I want you to do, okay? So remember, confidence is the willingness to try. I believe in you. You've got the capabilities to try, so just do it.